we're going to start with a few data structures in Python. One of them being a list. A list is nothing but defined. It's going to be in defined, let's say LST. I'm going to define it in square brackets, and list can contain more than one data types. It can be integers like this. So this is going to be an LST. If I say what is the type of LST, it's going to say class list. All right, so this LST, I can also access it by using their index. LST of 0 is 1, LST of 2 is 3, right? This is your 0th element, this is your first element, this is your second element. So list, in list, the second element of list is 0, 1, 2, that is 3. So you can access them like that. You can also pass len of list and you'll get, okay, length of list is 5. All right, and these are few things that you can learn from lists. All right, is there something, okay, a list can also have, and a list can also be a list of different cars. Let's say you have something like let's say BMW, and what else? So then you have, so let me say some other cars, Maruti, whatever. Okay, and then you have something. So we say Hyundai cars, or i10 or i20 or something like that. Okay, so you're gonna have cars which are gonna be each of them. Okay, and if I say cars of 1, it's gonna be Maruti. If I want to print these list in, one after the other, if I want to print the elements, can I say for every element in elements, or in the list, for every element in the list name is cars, okay, can I just print car? Okay, so I can print them like this, BMW, Maruti, i20. Or if you want to use the range operator, you can also say for index in range, you can say start from, of course you start from 0, go up to len of list, so it's already starting from 0, and I can say len of cars. Okay, I should just print what I should print now. This time I should print cars of I. That means that particular element, so it's going to print the same thing for me. So better for me is for car and cars. Or if I say in the above list, that is in this particular list, if I want to print them one after the other, I can just say for every element E in LST, so print E. So that's, oops, I'm sorry, print requires in Python 3, it requires it's a function 1 2 3 4 5. Yes, so these are a few things which a list can do. Okay, are there any other functions which takes list as a parameter? Yes, if I say sum of LST, it would say 15. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, it returns to you for the answer that is 15. So you have list which you can manipulate, which you can use some methods, which you can use some functions. Let's see if we can use some methods. Of course, can I add an element to list? So can I add an element to this list? Say this is my list 1 2 3 4 5. Can I add one more element, that is 6 or 7 or 8? Can I add something like 10, or can I add something like that? Let's see. LST dot use a dot operator, and then it says append. Okay, what does append do? It says append an object. So if I append 8, does it append that for me? So LST, it will append an 8 for me. Okay, what about I mean, I'll append one more smaller digit for now. Okay, so you have a list that is up till 8 and then 0. Okay, but what if I appended something, because append, it says it can take an object. Because it can take an object, I can give an object of a list, yes or no. So I can say 2 4 6. I can even say that. Okay, so what does append do? it appends 246 at the end. So now if I have to say what is, if I say list of 5, it's gonna give me 8. List of 6 is gonna give me 0. That's the sixth index element. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. But if I say list of 7, it is going to say 2 4 and 6 together, because that is there at that particular index. It is another list inside a list. Now if I want to remove that object, how do I remove that object? So I need to see if I can do something like removing the object. Okay, so if I say dot remove, what does dot remove want? It requires a value. That means I can remove something like a 4. If I remove a 4, it requires a value. Okay, but what if I wanted to remove using, something like, I want to remove using the index. Okay,